Often, when we think about laying out a user interface or website, we'll put the most important content up here, top left, and then move down to the right and towards the bottom. And for English and many languages like it that are read left to right, top to bottom, this makes a ton of sense. However, there are more than 500 million speakers of languages that go right to left instead. And in this case, it's much more natural to start in the top right and go down to the lower left. The most popular of these languages is Arabic, which has more than 500 million speakers on its own. Urdu, Hebrew, other languages that are descendant of Aramaic also have this right to left property. Now the rub is that if we lay out our user interfaces with pixels, it's difficult to have a site that works well here and that works well here. One of the reasons that we've talked about responsive design and other strategies in this sequence of courses is that flexibility is so key. Device heterogeneity, human heterogeneity, diversity is the future for design. And if you think that through from the beginning, you can end up with something that is much more flexible from the outset. Here's an example from Facebook where they've done a really good job of having layout in Arabic, where the things that you would normally expect to be on the left side in English are on the right, and vice versa. Here's an example of Twitter, also does a great job. What's fun about many of these things that I'll show you is that they often mix scripts where some things are, like in this particular page, Apple Music, are written in a Latin alphabet left to right. Other parts are written in an Arabic alphabet right to left. Here's an example of Gmail. Again, you see the menu flip to the other side. Google search results, the same. YouTube. What's cool is to see this for dynamic stuff as well. So on the left-hand side, we see an English iOS home screen. On the right-hand side, you can see that same interaction, the same swipe to unlock on the other screen. On the right-hand side, you can see that same slide to unlock strategy for a right-to-left Arabic alphabet. Mail app, again, has that same kind of mirrored functionality. And is often the case with Arabic and other right-to-left scripts. You see the Latin script left to right mixed in again. Here's an example from Messages. And here's an example from the Windows OS, where you can see the tile layout gets reversed in the case of Arabic. File menus also get reversed in the case of Arabic. And one corner case to pay attention to is if I have a file menu here, and I have an element here which has a submenu, it's important to make sure that the submenu continues in the writing direction. So if this is our left to right interface, if we're doing a right to left interface, we'll need to flip that. So having the submenu go off in the other way. And you'll see that in some user interfaces, aspects of right to left will start to appear, but there are other aspects that are missing. Probably the best way to be able to handle internationalization is from the get-go, plan that the strings that you're working with can not only vary in size. You may remember our Twitter example of a long German string that didn't fit in the box, but also that they may even have different script directions. And so the more that you can design your user interfaces so that you can delegate the rendering to an auto layout system, the better off you'll be. Historically, many of these systems didn't do a great job, which is one reason why designers have often emphasized pixel-perfect layout. But over time, these have gotten a lot better. And when they work, they save you a lot of time, too. And so as you're doing this work, think about the variation in writing script direction and other kinds of flexibility that you may want to build in, because the same things that make it easier to relay out for a different script also allow you to adapt to new device sizes, form factors, and all that other stuff. Happy designing.